Concerning the sea shipping, which we all know that for you to ship by sea, it is by CBM, okay? It is not by the weight of your item, but by the size of your item. That is how you get your CBM, right? Now, it is more advantage, it is more better to ship your items through sea than air. The rate of air shipping now, in fact, the rate of shipping fee is alarming now, okay? But no matter how alarming it is still better to ship it by sea. Even with the shipping fee and everything, even with the expenses you're going to make to pick it up from the warehouse down to your doorstep, it will still be cheaper compared to market price. I know what I'm talking about. Forget about how people are saying importation is expensive. Yes, importation is expensive, but believe me, once you do the total calculation, you'll see that it is way, way cheaper. Most especially if you know how to source for items. Believe me, you're not going to get things at a really, really high price. Okay, no matter how you want to put it, you're going to see like 10,000, 20,000, sometimes 30,000 naira difference on an item when you import than buying in the market or buying on Instagram, right? Now let me break something down for us to understand, okay? Now, when it comes to sea shipping, yeah, most of the amount you're going to pay to ship from China down to Nigeria or your country, okay, let me use Nigeria since I'm in Nigeria, okay? I'll have to give every video I'm making, any calculation I'm making reference to Naira. Why? Because I'm in Nigeria, obviously, right? So for you to know or get what I'm saying is just to get your exchange rates in your country and, you know, anyhow you guys do it there, you just get the exchange rates and just follow up and get the total calculation it will cost you and get the total amount it will cost you to ship from China down to your country, okay? So now, when it comes to shipping costs, most of the shipping costs, most especially for items like clothes, like shoes, they don't really occupy space. Most in one of my videos, I talked about you removing cartons from your item, most especially if you're buying for personal use. Remove the cartons. You don't really need the carton, okay? You're not like coaches like us that do unboxing and all of that, so we'll need carton. In fact, some of the unboxing concept, me, I normally remove carton when necessary. Do you get? You are not doing unboxing, you're not showing anybody, so you don't really need the cartons and all of that. So remove the carton, it will benefit if you can do it right from the supplier's doorstep. Let them remove the carton so that they can package it well for you, you understand, before sending it to the shipping company. Now, the amounts that I was talking about, the most of the amounts on those items, like your shoes, your clothes, like the shoes. Now, let's talk about the shoes now, okay? That comes in a box. The highest amount you can pay for a shoe to ship down to Nigeria, if you ship by sea, is like 700 naira. Yes, 700 naira. And then below, do you understand? If it comes with a carton and if you want to break down after receiving your goods and you want to break down every item that you bought, their total shipping cost, you're going to find out that the shipping cost is actually not that big. That is one thing those coaches will not tell you. It is actually not big. Yes, the total amount they're going to send for the shipping fee is big. Yes, it will sound big, obviously. I mean, you're not shipping one item, you're shipping many items, right? So obviously, once you receive your pickup message, the fee is going to be big. You might hear 150K, 200K. But once you receive them at home and you try to break it down to each segment of how you bought it, maybe you bought jewelry, you bought clothes, you bought shoe, you bought bag. That jewelry now might not even be up to 100 naira that you use in shipping it by sea. Okay, you know jewelry now, it is not big. It does not occupy space. It is not even weighty, even if you ship it by air, right? But you're shipping by sea. Why? Because you're buying many things. So obviously, if you ship jewelry, you'll add it, right? So that jewelry might not be up to 100 naira. Now let's move to the clothes. That clothes might not be up to 500 naira that you ship it from China down to Nigeria. Okay, let's say okay, plus your delivery fee going and coming, or you use that dispatch rider to bring it to your home. Let's say 500 naira for the clothes. Now let's move to the shoe part. If you ship shoe and it comes in a box, let's say from 500, 700 naira would be the cost of the shipping China to Nigeria for that shoe, right? Then the next one we'll be talking about is bag. You bought a bag and it comes in a box. It will obviously be big. Why? Because of the box, right? Let's say that one now, the shipping fee might be from like 700 to 1,000 naira to ship it from China down to Nigeria. Then let's say it did not come in a box now. They now put it inside those normal carrier bags that they put items, right? Which is not going to occupy space. The only space is going to occupy is just the bag size itself. Let's say minus the box, right? Now, that shipping fee for the bag might be just 500 to 700. Even if it wants to be much, just 1,000 naira. Now, for you to get high cost on item for shipping fee, maybe you start getting like 2,000, 2,500, 5K on shipping fee for sea shipping on an item is when you buy things like, you know, blenders, you know, air fryers. Do you get? That's when you get to get high shipping costs for sea. Why? Because the item itself is big. Plus, it will now be inside the box. The box itself will also be big. Do you get? So you can't compare. But on a normal ground, the shipping cost you're going to pay for item, let's say you did not buy all of those gadgets, you just bought only clothes for yourself, for personal use, or you want to resell. Believe me, on each of those clothes, it might be that you spent 200, 300 naira, highest 500 naira on one clothes to ship it from China down to Nigeria. Do you get? That is how it is. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to explain in detail how to calculate your shipping cost. So now I'm not going to talk about all of those sizes stuff. I'm going to do another video explaining all of those stuff. You know, the length, the breadth, the width, and all of that. I'm not going to explain it in this video. Now I'm giving you the best and simplest explanation when it comes to shipping. Why? Because obviously you don't know what CBM your goods is going to weigh. You're just buying, your own is just buying and sending to the shipping company, right? It is at the end of the day when you finish buying all your items, then the shipping company is going to, consolidate everything and then give you your CBM. It is when they've given you your CBM, that's when you can now do your calculation to know, okay, oh, this goods is going to cost me this much before it gets to Nigeria. So you have 2 months to 3 months to start preparing your money down before it gets to your country so that you pay once it gets to your country. Each shipping duration differs from country to country, right? But for Nigeria, it takes 35 days to 60 days, depending. Okay, like I always say, it's not the shipping company's fault if it delays or if it comes earlier than estimated, right? So now, once the shipping company has consolidated your items and they've sent you your kg, they normally send a picture of your item. So I procured for someone recently, and we're going to use the person's CBM to do this calculation. So in case you want a procurement service, you want someone to help you buy from China and ship to your location, right? To Nigeria, to anywhere you at, or any African country you at, or please, you are not limited. You can import. You can learn how to import, and we can also procure. I can help you do your procurement. So in South Africa, you are in Kenya, you are in Ghana, any country you're at, or I can help you do the procurement and send to your country. All you have to do is just to go and receive your item, right? So we're going to make the calculations, right, with this CBM that I got recently for the clients that I procured for. So now this shipping company that I'm using, rates changes, the exchange rate changes plus the shipping rates changes. So that is why most of those shipping companies will not tell you the dollar rates, like the dollar exchange rate, till it gets to Nigeria. Because if they tell you price for some newbies, they just believe that, okay, once they tell you is 1,000, that means when the item gets to Nigeria, you're going to pay 1,000 naira. No, that's not how it works, okay? If they tell you 1,000 naira before they ship your item to Nigeria and rate changes when it gets to Nigeria, obviously you're going to pay with the current rate. You're not going to pay that rate. You're paying this rate, okay? So that's how it works. So which you must have known their CBM rates, their clearance rates, and all of that already. So we can just do an estimate of the exchange rates. You just do the calculation to know how much you'll be paying. Once you've gotten your CBM, then everything is a go, right? It will be very simple. So once you've gotten your CBM, you just to do your calculation.
Okay, so we're going to calculate this package here. All right, and the CBM was 0.08 CBM, and the shipping company I'm using, like I said in the write-up in my video, some shipping companies, their CBM rate is different from, their shipping rate is different from their clearance rate, right? So if you want to do the calculation, you need to know the current dollar rates, because it's the dollar rates you will use in doing your calculations, right? So once you receive your CBM, before they ship it out, they're going to send you your CBM. So as long as you've known your CBM, like I said, every other thing is going to fall in place, because you're going to do your calculations, do the breakdown, and know how much you're going to pay when your goods arrive, so you won't be taken unawares, okay? Even if the rate wants to change, that's the dollar rate wants to change, it won't be that much, okay? So let's say maybe before you shipped it, it was maybe dollar was maybe 1.5. At the end of the day, after the 2 months when your goods arrives, dollar is now let's say dollar is now maybe 1,600. Do you get? So it's just the same thing. You just know that, okay, your rate will not be far from the calculation that you've done. But let me give you one advice. Whenever you want to make a calculation, always use a higher rate. Okay, use a higher rate to do your calculations, most especially those that are into pre-order. Yeah, if you are doing pre-order, take note of this. It is very, very important. Don't want to use a low rate to do your calculations. Do you get? So now the shipping company I'm going to use for this calculation, both their CBM rates, both their shipping rates and clearance rates is joined together. They've broken it down for easy calculations. So at least that is one of the reasons why I'm using this company that I'm using. Okay, so their rate as at when I received the goods was 500,000 per CBM. You understand? And so both their clearance fee, their shipping fee, everything is 500,000. For some, it's more than 500,000. Why for some, it's less than 500k. You get. So once you receive your item like that, for this particular company I'm using, mine is just to times that 500,000 by the CBM that was given to me. Okay, so let's say your CBM is 0.20. This is how much you'll be paying. Your CBM is 0.04. This is how much you'll be paying. Do you get? So that is how it works. These ones, they've made it easy. You don't have to be calculating shipping fee separately, clearance fee separately. They've done it for you. So all you have to do, like I said, my CBM is 0.08, which I'm going to put it 0.08 CBM, which I paid 40,000 naira at the end of the day to ship this goods from China to Nigeria. Okay, so this is how you do it. But if I want to do my calculations, like just as the shipping company's rate fluctuates, you understand, most times it's 500,000, other times it's 510,000. So since the beginning of this year, it has not exceeded 510,000. So most times, once I ship like that, I always use the higher rate, which is 510,000. You understand? Then I'll multiply by my CBM. You get. So I multiply by my CBM. That means this is how much I would be paying if my goods arrives. But then, if the fee goes down, that means I'll be paying less than this till you get. So this is how you do your calculations. Whenever you come across my videos, please subscribe to my channel. As long as you find my videos useful and it helped you, please do well to subscribe. It's actually free. You're not paying any dime. Your MB is not going, nothing at all. You just subscribe and don't forget to put on the notification so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So guys, thanks always for watching my videos, for liking my videos. Yes, as you're liking the video, you're pushing the video forward, right? So thank you very much.